Hello, vinyl community. Another video. I'm on a roll. Cheers to you. It's not often I do a metal update, but here we are with a metal update. All right, so I do have a couple records to show, and then I have some very, very, very generous VCLT from Mr. Scott Waters. If for some reason you're a metal fan and you don't follow Scott Waters, yeah, be sure and follow him. Subscribe to him, I should say. Yes. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. First, we'll do the records. Yes. So this was a cheap compilation that I found on Amazon. I was doing a deep dig on Amazon looking for super cheap vinyl, and I happened upon this. It is Death Black Metal Compilation Metal Bastards. And I believe this is volume 1. Well, I guess it doesn't say volume, but I believe on the description it did say volume 1. And this is put out by Metal Bastard Enterprises. Pretty disappointing. Not for the music specifically, but the I don't know if it's the mastering or the mixing or a combination of the two, but I'm guessing probably the mixing actually, because a lot of these tracks sound like demos. Yeah, it's really unfortunate. Just the levels are not right. I know the first two sounded pretty darn bad, just very kind of muddy. I think it started picking up on the third track there. So there were a few good ones there, and this side in general was a little bit better, I think. At least the audio. We have Inferno, NB by Blood. We have Master, Judgment Will. Impiety, Goddess of Perversity. Extreme Smoke 57, World Under My Fingernail. Perdition Temple, Weltering in Blood. Necrotic Disgorgement, Defecation Delicacy. Infamous Symphony, Symphony being spelled S-I-N, of course. Struggle. Serenos, Atomic Predator, Abomination, Possession Live. All right, so I think the first track that I really liked and thought, okay, well maybe this will make it worth it, was Extreme Smoke 57, Rolled Under My Fingernail. Even though it's a death metal, black metal compilation, most of the tracks lean towards death metal. And I'm fine with that. I think I do have a slight preference for black metal, but nevertheless, I believe the first two tracks on the second side were definitely more of the black metal sound. Other than that, I think most of them were kind of more death metal, and that's coming from a metal neophyte. I don't really know a lot about metal. I just know I like it in general. Yeah, so I have already spent too long on this particular one. A big disappointment, just the audio. Yeah, but it was cheap, so and it was brand new, but it was cheap. Somehow I stumbled upon the deathcore genre, and deathcore is a combination of death metal and metalcore, and metalcore is a combination of metal and punk. So essentially metal with a punk attitude, if that makes sense. All right, so this, on the other hand, I was not disappointed with. So this is Suicide Silence, Become the Hunter. This was from this year, actually. And I don't remember when their previous album was released, but I think it had been a little while. So at least a few years. And this is limited to 1,500. So this, I love this kind of thing. When metal really shows what it's capable of musically, I love that, because I think a lot of people have certain images of metal musicians, and really a lot of metal musicians are highly underrated, their abilities. So essentially with this, you get those hardcore death metal vocals. Definitely some of that punk attitude is certainly in there, and yet you're also going to get sort of longer, almost symphonic elements, and you get lots of changes in tempo, and it's very, very complex music. You won't just put it on and know exactly what to expect. Even within each song, things change, and there's like, it's like listening to a symphony. You get all these changes in emotion and all that, and yet it's metal. And now a lot of metal fans, unfortunately, have a thing against metalcore. I don't get it. I love it. I absolutely love metalcore. And now based on this, I love deathcore especially, because this is a fantastic album. I highly recommend it. Let's go ahead and take a look. So it does have an insert with the lyrics and liner notes. And it came in a black poly-lined donut hole type inner sleeve, and the color on this vinyl is really good. So on here it's described as bone with black splatter, and it looks awesome. It looks awesome. And it on the camera there, if I hold it at that angle, that to me is more true to the color, kind of an off-white. If I hold it like this, it looks white, but it's not that white. It's somewhere around there. That's more true to color, I think. So bone, kind of an off-white, like almost an ivory, the black splatter. That looks awesome. And although I enjoy, colored vinyl, it's not a deciding factor for me in the least. It really isn't. Now I'm excited about this package. So Scott Waters had shown, for those that don't know, Scott Waters was in a band called Ultimatum, essentially Christian thrash metal, and really, really good stuff. I have a few of their albums, including at least one or two on vinyl. And so Scott on his Facebook showed a cassette and described it. I didn't ask much about it, but he described it as an Ultimatum demo tape. And so I just commented, "Want." And he reached out and he offered to send me it. Now, I'm sure it wasn't one of a kind or anything, but nevertheless, I am extremely appreciative. And so we're going to open this here. And I think he mentioned also a CD, and I feel a CD in there as well. Okay, so I put this little note on there. So this is it right here. This is awesome. Still sealed and everything. Looks like it has 4 tracks on it. So cool. So he says, this was our first demo from 1993. I'm not fond of it. Haha. I much prefer the 2007 CD enclosed. Scott. I don't remember which album of theirs came out in 2007, so we'll find that out in a moment. But I'm very, very excited about this cassette, even though but I understand, it's like a demo, so. Oh, very, very professionally packaged. I mean, this is, yeah. Very nice. All right, so here it is in all of its glory. Very cool. Very cool. Of course, the J card. Ooh, and it's a nice one that folds out. Okay. Very cool. Okay, lyrics. Excellent. Very good. That is so cool. So cool. I can't wait to listen to this. Now, don't worry, Scott. I'll keep my expectations real, I won't give you a hard time about it. But thank you so much for sending this. This is awesome. To have really a part of Ultimatum history in my hands on cassette. I love cassettes, so yeah. Very, very cool. Thank you, Scott. Thank you. And he sent a CD. Oh, nice! Into the Pit. Very cool. I don't think I have this one. I have 2 others. I don't think I have this one. So that is very cool. Excellent. All right, so here it is in all of its glory. Very cool. Very cool. I'm excited. I told my wife is having a girls' night out. So I told her I would be rocking out, and apparently I'm going to be rocking out. Because Ultimatum is rockin'. It is some good thrash metal. Very, very nice booklet. Very cool. Thank you so much, Scott. This is amazing. This was very, very generous of you. Very generous. And I do need to get more Ultimatum on vinyl specifically. Very, very cool. Oops. Very cool. Into the Pit. All right. Well, that was my metal update. Some awesome VCLT or CCLT and CDCLT Very, very cool. Thank you so much, Scott. This was awesome. Very, very generous of you. Yeah. So everybody, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.